Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Sumter and Kent. My name is Elmira. On this podcast, we discuss the astrology and the cardology of your favorite music hits. Today, we are featuring the song 24 Karat by the one and only Bruno Mars, or by his government name, Peter Gene Hernandez. So I'll let you introduce yourself, Terrence.
I'm Terrence, the resident music astrologer for the show.
All right, so we got some magic tonight. Right. Why did you pick this song? Because this was another song that you picked.
This is it's one of those songs that stands out. Um, I guess you could almost say it's a like a timeless song. Like it kind of fits almost any time period or most time periods. Like this sounds like something that could have came out in the 80s, 90s, maybe even the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Because that's what Bruno Mars does as an artist. He's a genre bender. Listening to him, he said he drew influences from Elvis Presley, um, James Brown, Michael Jackson, some other groups from the 70s, from the 80s. He used to perform, he's been performing since he was what, 4 years old, doing all of these variety of songs. So it only makes sense when he gets his opportunity to put out his music. It's his own. He was able to blend. He's a true mixed salad, so to speak. He's putting all this stuff together with the dressing and putting that 24 karat magic on the top.
Yeah, we're going to see in his astrology exactly what in his astrology points to him being such a great performer and where his style comes from.
Well, let's start it off like that. You said his astrology, so I guess we'll kick it with the birth chart. Because he was born on what, October the 8th, 1985?
Uh, yes. Wait. Yes, October 8th, 1985. Oh, let me see if I can. Oh, were you ready for me to share it?
Oh, yeah, just show us that birth chart. We ready.
Let me make sure I got the right page pulled up.
As you're talking about that, I can go ahead and tell everybody what in cardology what his birth card is. It is the Ace of Diamonds. We have seen this card, there it is again. We have seen this card show up quite a lot with some important individuals because in the celebrity space, in the space where a solo artist comes to play, this is very important. The ace says this person can showcase themselves as an individual. They're very introspective. They are very valuable as an individual because this is the ace. Almost like you hear about the ace of spades. It's the one and only. I would say that Bruno Mars is the one and only. He is highly valued. He just came out with a new album. Yes, people were like, oh, this sound like the one from 2016. They trying to say it sound like this album. I'm like, no, it don't. Y'all just off the mark. But that's the ace of diamonds. That's how he making that magic.
Oh, yeah, are you seeing the chart, the
Oh, it's mm-hmm.
presentation? Yeah, it's written in the stars, decoding the astrology of Bruno Mars. They got the little drawing of him here in the chart. Um, you just talked about how Elvis was one of his influences. I can see that, but I didn't actually read that part. But now I understand why they put this on the slideshow here. And it's the modern heir to pop royalty was mathematically designed to entertain. He's been called the modern age prince and successor to James Brown. He is a global superstar with an unthinkable stage presence, undeniable stage presence and a relentless work ethic. But what the celestial recipe behind his uh, behind this specific once in a generation talent? There's four distinct astrological zones that create the perfect storm of a superstar, and his chart reveals four critical pillars that explain this unmatched success. There's the natural born performer, magnetism, and I believe that is going to be his descendant here, which is Leo, and Leo is the performer, and the sun rules Leo. The sun is the have like having the spotlight on you. So he's usually has the spotlight on him showing to others. So that would be like him on stage. The collaborative charmer appeal, that's going to be Libra. So this is he has a few planets here in Libra. There's the obsessive craftsman work ethic. That's actually that's actually Virgo here with Mars and Venus. And the genre defining icon legacy would be his midheaven in Sagittarius, which is expansion, luck, optimism. Um, then we have the fluidly channeling music legends requires an Aquarius ascendant, and his rising sign is 28 degrees Aquarius. And Aquarius energy grants an innovative, unique approach. It provides the visionary ability to uh, reinterpret the energy of legends like Prince and James Brown, bending their iconic moves, their splits, footwork into its own futuristic, groundbreaking style. And he has a Leo moon, and that provides the unshakable need to command the stage. So his moon is at 7 degrees Leo in the sixth house. So that's like your 6, 7. That seems to keep showing up these days.
And what's the sixth house?
The sixth house is the house of your work, like your occupation, the house of health, your own health. Um, so the reality of that is while he could have remained highly successful anonymous songwriter in the background, his Leo moon pushed him into the spotlight. His basic emotional security is fundamentally tied to moving, dancing, and being adored by an audience. So the undeniable charm meets a carefully guarded mystique, and that will be his sun at 15 degrees Libra in his eighth house. Um, and Libra delivers his signature style, grace, and diplomatic charm. The eighth house placements inject a heavy scorpionic edge, directly explaining his love for leather jackets, heavy shades, and his famously guarded incognito private life.
Hmm.
So you got the guy here with the shades and the leather jacket. Um, the natural diplomacy forged an elite collaborative hitmaker. So long before his solo fame, his strong Libra energy, which is him having Sun and Mercury, and actually Pluto is also in his eighth house. Let me bring that chart over here. He has Sun, Mercury, and Pluto here in his eighth house of his chart. Um, and that makes him highly sought after partner. He excels at managing shared creative resources, listening to peers, and writing massive hits for others. And the reason that, like, writing massive hits, that would be Mercury. Mercury is writing, and Libra is partnership. So that would mean like writing for others is
Hmm.
Mercury and Libra.
Yeah, I was
Mm.
reading of course, before he came along with his solo project, he was with it was either a duo or a trio, and they were writing hit songs for all kinds of artists. I forgot, and anybody can chime in the comments. There was one that gave him his big break. I can't remember which artist it was, but that it's in his chart how he works well with other people, and you see it with his project Silk Sonic, and even this one, his this 24 karat magic. He's on stage with this group of guys dancing. He's not just up there by himself. He always comes with a
Oh,
team.
yeah. Yeah, at his Super Bowl performances, all the award shows, is always his same team, his same dancers, band members. You can
Hmm.
tell that it's always like a close group. Like they're always that's the strong Libra placement. And also Aquarius. Aquarius rising sign is Aquarius is the sign of groups. So that's always having a group, and then Libra is working together. So he's
That's
always good
me.
at working together in groups. That's me too.
Yeah, I'm a what? Aquarius rising, Aquarius sun.
Yeah, I'm Aquarius rising too. And like you would just say, he's a relentless studio perfectionism is driven by Virgo placements. We see that a lot with artists being in Virgo because to be great, you have to be someone who just stays on you're just relentless about it. Like you continue to work on something. That's what Virgo is. That's the one who's the worker. You're doing acts of service, and for him, he has Venus and Mars conjunct in Virgo in his seventh house, which is the house of partners. Well, it's actually the house of partners and enemies, but in this case, it would be the house of partners,
Hmm.
like songwriting partners, dancers, band members. So this is the mark of an obsessive craftsman. So he's known to lock himself in the studio and work relentlessly until a track is flawless. This Virgo energy also fuels his razor sharp sarcasm and the quick-witted humor he brings to interviews.
This sound like somebody I know. Who might that be?
I'm not sure who that is.
It's you. Lock himself in the studio. Maybe not the but it be the workshop, whatever. It's like, it's not right. It's not right yet.
Um, the recording studio serves as a fiercely protected sanctuary for him, and and that's because he has Jupiter in Aquarius in his 12th house, and the 12th house represents the spirit and isolation. So he treats the high-tech studio environment as a sacred protective space a direct spiritual. Oh, got something blocking my screen here. Oh, a direct spiritual continuation of his childhood roots, learning to sing in church. A quintile to his Saturn in the ninth allows him to flawlessly incorporate advice from older seasoned peers of his craft. Let me show that real quick. Because this is his Jupiter here in the 12th house, and his Saturn is over here in the ninth. And when they say a quintile, that means 72 degrees apart. So there's 72 degrees from his Saturn to the Jupiter, and Saturn represents like your elders. So of course you listen to his music, that's why it sounds so good as a like a throwback style to it, because he's actually listening to people who made the music back then to really get the real influence and vibe of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then he has the massive global ambition maps directly to a Sagittarius midheaven. Uh, Let me show that the midheaven is right here at the top of the chart, at the beginning of the 10th house, where you see the arrow, and that's the Sagittarius there, which is ruled by Jupiter, which is expansion. So that's him. His oh, and the 10th house is your career. So his career is expanding to like a wide audience. That's pretty much what that's about. So midheaven, career, public image, and Sagittarius, along with Vesta. I don't have that on my chart, but that's actually Vesta is an asteroid. I don't actually have the definition for that in front of me right now.
What's so interesting, there's a really prominent, oh my gosh, her voice is beautiful, R&B singer named Vesta. You remember her,
Oh
right?
yeah, she's from the '80s. I forget what her last name
Mm-hmm.
was.
So again, you said he draws on his elders. She's one of them. Even though you said that's an asteroid?
Yeah, it's not an actual planet. It's on the chart. It's considered an asteroid. Um, uh, yeah, I wish I had the information for that in front of me, but I'll have to get back to that one. Um, the reality, he was uh, astrologically destined to make his fortune far from his home in Honolulu, Hawaii, where he's from. And Sagittarius also rules distant lands and expansion, fueling a massive, highly competitive ambition to reach the absolute top of the global music industry. So, of course, having a worldwide hit song like this, his voice is expanding to the world instead of just his hometown of Honolulu. Then he has electrifying Uranian energy shatters musical boundaries and boxes. And let me show here. In his 10th house, he has the planet Neptune right here and Uranus. And this little circle with the plus sign in it, that's called his part of fortune, which is like your good luck uh, point in the chart. And that's in his career house. So we have all that. Yeah, that's in the 10th house. So Uranus demands radical originality, which his music is original. Well, it has a throwback style, but it's original the way he puts it together. And Neptune governs faith and glamour. And when we speak about glamour, you would think of something like jewelry, like gold, like 24 karat gold, like the song we're talking about today.
Hmm.
And this exact combination explains why he flatly refuses to be boxed in into a single genre or categorized by his ethnicity. He defines his art and his success entirely on his own terms. So basically, this means he's an original. The way his career, the way his songs are, he had just has an original sound, original look, original style. Yeah, these two planets together sounds like someone that's yeah, just originality. And like I was saying, the part of fortune guarantees a legacy that endures, being in the 10th house. So its position in the house of career and public standing, his part of fortune points to a singular life focus, building a timeless body of work. Like his songs have like a timeless feel to them. Um, his success isn't built on fleeting trends, but on crafting classic throwback inspired music that will stand the test of time.
Hmm.
So the ultimate pop star is born from intense astrological duality. So it has Virgo in the eighth house, and that would be trine to the 12th house. I gotta show that again. That's yeah, in his eighth. Well, no, actually it's his seventh house. That was a mistake on the slideshow. But yeah, but he has the Venus and Mars here, and then he has the Jupiter over here in the 12th house. Um, and that's the obsessive, private, and hyper focused in the studio. And the Leo Sagittarius, the extroverted showman. The Leo here is his Leo moon. So Leo being the showman, and the moon it represents like his emotion, like the feeling that he gives off as being a showman. And then you got Sagittarius here. That's him being a showman to the masses or to the world. With Sagittarius here, distant lands. Um, and we got yeah, explosive, charismatic force, demanding the world's attention, and that's the secret to Bruno Mars is perfect tension. Raw talent is a celestial gift, but a lasting legacy is meticulously crafted. The natal chart of Bruno Mars proves that while the stars can provide the blueprint for magnetism, charm, and grand ambition, it is the relentless, obsessive dedication to the craft that actually builds a superstar. Yeah, that's
Mm. Yeah, I looked up that. I had to figure out. I said, what is the songs by Vesta? Because on Showtime at the Apollo, they used to always sing her songs. So one of them, and this relates to Bruna, she had a ton of songs, but one of them was that one, Congratulations. Congratulations. I thought it would have been real. Standing here with you forever. Congratulations. I was so happy. Oh, no, 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 no. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mm. For as long as I can breathe, you'll always be the one for me. But that's it. You said he was a showman. That's it. Her songs, like I bet you, he sung some of her songs. He may not actually. I bet you he practiced some of her songs. He may not have performed it, but because that Vesta showed up in his chart.
Yeah.
Because what are the chances? You got a Vesta, and you got a Vesta who's a vocal dynamo as well. Well, we got to talk about the single release date of 24 Karat Magic because, of course, this whole album came out in 2016, 10 years ago, everybody. So we're in that 10-year cycle now. The single was released on October the 7th of 2016. And that was ding, 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 ding. It all makes sense for his. Remember, we said he's a partner. He works well with other people. Two of diamonds. Not surprised that this card would show up. Two of diamonds. And it was the day before his birthday, too. So it's almost like the song was giving birth to him, so to speak, that year.
Uh-huh.
Because the song was released and then it was his birthday. Two of diamonds, then we had the ace of diamonds follow right behind it. Plus, I want to highlight because I'm like this, the twos keep showing up. The album was actually released on November the 18th of the same year. Guess what that is? Two of, oh, I'm showing the other side of the card. No wonder y'all can't see nothing. Two of clubs. We got the two of clubs. Yet again, we got the album was making money magic. Two of diamonds, that's all about the material. However, I'm sorry, the song was making money magic, 24 karat magic. And then the entire album was changing your perception around music or what he could be as an artist or what artists who came after him could be. That's what this two of diamonds, I'm sorry, the two of clubs is all about. But we keep seeing the two because he's an excellent partner.
Yeah.
What do you have regarding the release date of the song?
Um, let's see. We got here the astrological anatomy of 24 karat magic, the alignment of pop music mastery and celestial timing. October 7, 2016, the universe delivers a nuclear power party anthem. So here we got reclaiming the dance floor. He wanted to make a song to get people back on the dance floor and instead of looking at their phones.
Mhm.
Um, his team was himself, Philip Lawrence, and Brody Brown, also known as Shampoo Press and Curl. I didn't know the names of all these people in his group. They teamed up with the Stereotypes. I guess that's the production team.
Mhm.
Um, the Stakes was Ray Charles McCullough II, called it a make or break moment in the studio at Glenwood Place. So striking gold at midnight. They dropped the song at midnight on October 7th, 2016, and that was with Atlantic Records. The sound 94 beats per minute, funk, disco, and R&B track in F minor. The thesis, this specific Friday was an astrological gold mine, perfectly engineered for a legendary party track. Um, as above, so below. See the chart. So that's this is the chart for that day. The sky was dominated by aesthetics, expansion, and meticulous detail. The cosmic blueprint for a global smash. And we have the planet of expansion blesses Libra. So Jupiter at 6 degrees Libra, and that's the literal equivalent or the literal astrological equivalent of 24 karat and magic. Libra rules beauty, art, and social harmony. Jupiter expands wealth, luck, and extravagance. So when you think about the song, especially when you watch the video, it's all about their partying in Las Vegas. You got the luxury items, throwing money, got the Versace on.
Versace
There's
on the
gold.
floor.
Yeah, well, yeah, actually the whole album really. I think that was on the album too, right?
I think that was on a, I don't know, it might be on that album or at least a later album.
Yeah, because it was all about luxury at this time, especially with this song. Uh, um, and we got the ultimate vibe. The sun was at 14 degrees Libra. The concentration of pure glamour, socializing, and aesthetic perfection. And what color is the sun? The sun is gold, has a gold
Mm.
color to it. Um, the terrestrial echo. And see, there, here go the song lyrics for you
Put
right
your
here.
pinky rings up to the moon. Hey, say what y'all trying to do. Hey, 24 karat magic in the air. But the ground's so clear. What's up? Uh, uh, uh. Wanna go down there? Ooh, so yeah. Ooh, wanna go. Ooh, so yeah. Ooh. I do not. You know one thing? I do not like pinky rings. I'm just. I don't. If a guy wears a pinky ring, I'm like, I'm suspect. I'm just saying. You trying to get a pinky
Uh,
ring?
no, I've never been into jewelry. Yeah, you don't have to worry about me wearing one.
Mm.
Um, it's it's celebrating the extravagant, flashy era of West Coast hip hop. Because this song did have a little bit of like a West Coast hip hop vibe to it. Um, the meticulous groove, Mercury and Virgo, exacting highly critical and focused on absolute perfection, shampoo and curl, and the stereotype spent hours sweating the details of the drum,
Mm.
programming the funk's synthesizers. We tried it many times until we found that gold. That was
Mm.
a quote from Brody Brown. The secret weapon, the intersection of personal destiny and cosmic timing, comparing Bruno Mars' natal chart on the October 7th release transits, a rare and powerful astrological overlap. So it was a cosmic rebirth. Uh, we know his birthday, October 8th, 1985. Then he released the song the day before his birthday in 2016. So that meant the sun, it was basically his birthday. So the sun, it was a solar return. So the sun conjunct his sun. And that's the marker of stepping into ultimate power, confidence, and public visibility. So that's definitely what came about from this song. And then we have stepping into a larger than life persona, transiting Jupiter, actively blessed Mars' natal sun on that release. Well, his natal sun. It kind of confuses me here because his last name is Mars, and keep thinking I'm talking about the planet Mars. But yeah, the ultimate astrological signature for undeniable public success and massive fame. Let me pull that up. That's what they're talking about here is this is the transiting sun conjunct his sun, and then we have Jupiter here. which is in the same sign of Libra, but that's approaching his sun. So that's it's not quite conjunct, but it's getting close to it. So whenever Jupiter gets near your natal sun, that's usually a good luck. That's would be a more pleasant time for someone. Um, and we have the terrestrial echo, and there's another song lyric for you.
Ooh, what it say? I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket. Yeah. I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket. Come on. 24 karat magic in the air.
The world reacts to magic. Um, Billboard compares this song to a cultural phenomenon, Stranger Things, for its potent ability to evoke pure nostalgia. Um, Idolator dubbed it a nuclear power party anthem, a flawless mashup of 70s, 80s, and 90s R&B delivered with modern James Brown worthy vocal exhortations.
It's interesting you say that. We were planning to have a guest tonight, but he couldn't make it at the last minute. Guest was my nephew. I distinctly remember him dancing to this song on the dance floor at my brother's wedding. That was in 2021. So it was put your fingers to the moon, put your pinky rings to the moon. He was up on that floor with his white hat. It was a like a fedora hat. Yeah, see, he could have talked about all that, but I'm just telling the story for him.
um, and this song had total commercial domination. It was number 4 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. It was a certified diamond. I guess the single went diamond in Canada and France. It was 5 times platinum in the US and Australia, and over 1.7 billion plus views on YouTube.
Hmm.
And I'm sure it's probably another billion on top of that by now. A Libra Jupiter visual masterpiece. That's the Cameron Duddy directed video was pure physical manifestation of the sky's energy. And the vibe was Las Vegas casinos, designer minks, Versace, throwing money in the air. He was riding around on a jet ski in the Bellagio fountains. And that's crazy on its own because the fountains are usually on. Like I don't know how much they must have paid for them to shut that off for them to film a video in the fountain. I remember seeing that when I first watched the video. Pure Jupiter excess meeting Libra aesthetics, and the cosmic cycle completes. The stars predicted an era-defining success. The music industry confirmed it. He won record of that 24 Karat Magic won record of the year at the 60th annual Grammy Awards in 2018, a crowning achievement for the ultimate party anthem. And the alchemy of timing. Brilliant pop music requires meticulous engineering and undeniable groove, but legendary status requires waiting for the universe to hand you the perfect day. October 7th, the day stars align for pure 24 karat magic.
Hmm. Yeah, that's kind of letting me know what thoughts are coming is if you release something the day before your birthday, probably destined for greatness.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Might actually be better than releasing something on your birthday.
Because think about
Well,
it.
looking at how it worked out for him.
Didn't Beyonce do that too with her B-Day album? She released it right in September when right before or around her birthday when it came
Oh,
out.
I do remember that. I didn't remember the actual date for that.
Yeah, I don't know the actual date, but it it turns out to work in their favor, especially what you're talking about with these Jupiter alignments. It's like, why not? Why would we not do that? We trying to Sometimes we try to pick times according to a season. Like, oh, I want to do this around Christmas, or it has to be around the spring equinox. No, your personal birthday might be the exact right time. And that's something about Bruno Mars. I looked this up too because I was curious. I said, well, when is the next Ace of Diamonds date coming up? It's actually coming up on the 22nd of this month, March 22nd. So I'm going to keep an eye out to see if something great happens for him on March 22nd because that's going to be an
Oh,
Ace of Diamonds day.
that reminds me, the recent lunar eclipse we had on the 28th, that happened on his ascendant of his chart
Mm.
because that was 28 degrees Aquarius. So I'm interested in what that might mean for him because I'm not sure. Did he recently come out with a new song or something? 'Cause I can't remember if he.
Well, his album, I don't know when the album was released, but it was, yikes. I don't know if it was December, January, February. Y'all tell us in the comments when the album came out. But yeah.
'Cause yeah, I guess that's definitely something to keep a lookout for. Because yeah, it's definitely a big deal when you have an eclipse on something like your ascendant sign
Mm,
or
for
ascendant degree.
sure. You were alluding to this in discussing the song release date, the Grammys. He took home, and his team took home what, 7 Grammys in 2018? Because the Grammy Awards was on January 28th of 2018. And what were you explaining to me about how the Grammys are selected with the time frame?
I think what I read is it was for that particular Grammys. I think the time frame was October 2016 through September 2017.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it was like over a year that the song had been out when it made it on the Grammys.
Mm. Because that day, the day that he won all those Grammys, I got the card right here, would have been a queen of clubs, which makes perfect sense. And I just thought about something else that didn't come to mind before. I feel like this was helping him pay homage to his mother because he lost his mom, Bernadette Hernandez, in 2013, on June 1st of 2013. And here now, 5 years later, almost 5 years later, he was able to win all these Grammys, the Queen of Clubs. So that Queen of Clubs is that motherly energy. She is the one with the intuition. She is the one who was guiding him and telling him, work with these people, sing it this way, do it this way, put these songs together, wear this outfit. Because our ancestors do speak to and through us. And to me, this is I'm just channeling this right now. I wasn't even going to say this about the Queen of Clubs until I remembered by looking at my notes that his mom died, and he definitely recognized her in his speech, and he does that in a lot of his acceptance speeches. He honors his family, his Filipino roots, all of that. And if you know, like I know about Philippines, they some singers. And I know this. I have an aunt who is from the Philippines, and almost every time we would go over there for Christmas, it was karaoke time. So they some say that's the culture. Good food and good singing. So if y'all don't, I gotta make that note about the queen because we're talking about his mother, his motherly energy that subsides within him. Good food. I've had the best food from the Philippines. Chicken adobo. What can I name? Pancit, lumpia. Matter of fact, one of my best friends in college was from the Philippines, so I would go to the FASA with her. That was the Filipino American Student Association. They would put on a culture night every year, and I get so hyped because they would do the cultural dances where the men would have their shirts off and they're all they do the they have the spears. Then they would do the hip hop dances too, like Bruno Mars. They're very the Filipino culture, very rich. That's where Bruno gets it from. So on that day when he won, he was paying homage to his mom, the queen of clubs.
Um, yeah.
What you got?
Let's see. I got the 24 karat astrology, the cosmic mechanics behind Bruno Mars' historic Grammy sweep, deconstructing the January 2018 alignment that turned 28 karat magic into an inevitable record of the year gold. Um, oh, that was something else I noticed while I researching this. The Grammys is usually in February, like the week after the Super Bowl. And I think I read that this was in January because of the Winter Olympics that year.
Oh.
And it was also in New York. It's usually in LA too. So that was, or at least, well, I haven't kept up with it every year, but as far as I know, it seems like it's always been LA. This is the only time
Mm-hmm.
I can remember it being in New York.
And this was the 60th anniversary, right?
Yeah, this was the 60th. Um, yeah, Night of Pure Gold at Madison Square Garden. And it says here 6 for 6. And I know I did also read
6,
Grammys.
7. 6, 7.
We just can't get away from it. You just can't get away from the 6, 7. Because I think you said the seventh one was for engineering.
Yeah, they won for the best engineered album. So it's still going to him, but that was more for his team and the engineering factor.
Oh, yeah. Um, so then we also have the big three. He swept the top three honors. Record of the year for 24 Karat Magic, Album of the year, 24 Karat Magic, and Song of the year, That's What I Like, which is funny because a different song actually won for sec. Yeah, what's the difference between Song of the Year and Record of the Year?
Uh, that's a good question. I've heard it explained before, but you got me.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Because
And it's
I think record refer y'all chime in the chat because this is a collective this is a collective thing. Record is probably referring to, back in the day they used to actually put out a record single where there would be two songs like a A side and a B side. So when I'm hearing record of the year, I'm thinking back to that where 24 Karat Magic was released with another song, and that would be
uh,
called the record. However, the song of the year would just be the one without the two side. Y'all tell us. What's the difference?
Yeah. You know, here's the reason right here for the Grammy. It said the Grammys returned to New York City, Madison Square Garden for the first time since 2003, which was 15 years, setting the historic stage. And something I just noticed with his chart, let me bring his chart back up. If we look at his chart right here, his sun is at 15 degrees. So there's
Mm.
the 15, it was right there for that was right there for him to that's an alignment right there for him to be winning the award. 15 years since it been back in New York, and here it is. His sun in his chart is 15 degrees. And then he
Hmm.
had a flawless sweep, cemented 24 karat magic in music history. The magnitude of his victory requires looking beyond earthly talent to the precise celestial weather of the night. And they got him here with his gold. It's not. I don't think those are Adidas. I'm not sure
They
what
kind of
shoes
look
those
like they got two stripes, not three.
are. So the earthly ingredients of a phenomenon. The vibe was the 80s, 90s West Coast G funk and R&B, deliberately designed to get people off phones and dancing. The squad, a tight knit production core featuring shampoo, press and curl. That's him, Philip, Lawrence, and Brody Brown, with additional production by the Stereotypes. The message was a celebration of uh, uh, extravagance, glamour, and unapologetic joy. As Mars stated, the vision was to be draped in silk, gold, and me and my friends going up on stage and having the best time. So a shout of joy and in a heavy year, a
True.
collective mood at the 60th Grammys. It was a somber, highly politicized tone that defined the event. White roses worn by attendees to support the Me Too and Time's Up movements. Oh, I forgot that's what was happening at that time.
Yeah, and if you think about it, when the song came out was 2016, right before the album was released was the election, Trump and Clinton.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
previous we had what? All this Black Lives Matter stuff. Mike Brown, I think it was Mike Brown. It was so much going on that year, 2016,
yeah,
2017, 20. It was just horrid.
yeah. And you also had Kesha delivered an emotional performance of Praying. I'm not really familiar with that song. Tributes performed to honor victims of music festival attacks in Las Vegas and Manchester.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, the Las Vegas shooting. And Manchester, was it Ariana
Ariana
Grande?
Grande.
I think
Mm-hmm.
her concert.
Because the Las Vegas was a country like Jason Aldean and all that.
Yeah.
See, it was too
And
much happening.
yes, so much. Um, but in Bruno's orbit, you had the high octane funk and retro party energy, a vibrant, colorful performance of Finesse alongside Cardi B. And Cardi B's been back trending lately, but not quite the most positive.
Not for finesse. She ain't finessing it.
Well, it's not looking too. She keeps falling down on stage, and
Oh,
people talking about her BBL, and this.
her BBL falling? What's going on?
Yeah, well, that too.
Yikes.
Yes,
Maybe she need to make another song with Bruno.
she might need to. Um, unapologetic celebration of American dream and musical escapism. So this song was considered like an escape, like with the somber mood of other things going on in the news. This was like a more upbeat, up tempo, positive song to get people dancing. Uh, the synthesis in a room focused on collective healing and heavy reflection, the cosmos demanded a release valve of undeniable joy. And the sky over Madison Square Garden that night, we had the Leo rising at 16 degrees. The astrological face of the event is Leo, the sign of ruling performance, royalty, and literal gold. So Leo ruled by the sun, that's gold. So 24 karat gold. It was all there for Bruno. I know what was that movie?
What movie?
The
El
Pixar movie. We don't
Oh,
talk about Bruno.
Encanto?
Yeah, and Canto, but they were talking about Bruno this night.
Yeah. They said we
Um,
don't talk about Bruno.
let's see, the Sun and Venus and Aquarius at 9 and 13 degrees. The luminaries governing the ego is the Sun. The art and aesthetics is Venus, and that was in the sign of the collective. Aquarius is the sign of like large groups. So that's the collective moving the masses. Um, then Jupiter was in Scorpio at 20 degrees. That's expansive transformation, extreme power dynamics, and immense scale operating in the background. Then you have the blueprint of an entertainer. Well, most of this was already from his birth chart, but we got the larger than life persona paired with eccentric, innovative magnetism right on the front door of his identity. That's his ascendant with Jupiter in the 12th house. Then you got his Leo moon. That's emotional fulfillment found strictly through performance, public adoration, and occupying absolute center of attention. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. With the moon, that's where a person finds their joy. Usually, what sign that's in determines where you find your joy. So, being a Leo, he finds his joy performing for people. Um, the call out number 3, the Libra Sun, 15 degrees. Core identity driven by harmony aesthetics, polished presentation, and creative partnership. Let's see, when the sky meets the blueprint, transits act as cosmic triggers to a natal blueprint. When the planetary placements over Madison Square Garden on January 28, 2018, locked into the exact mathematical degrees of Bruno's natal chart, it sparked a massive release of concentrated energy. The result was an inevitable 6 for 6 sweep or 7 for 7, the 6-7 sweep.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see, the Aquarius activation. You had the Sun and Venus here. That was conjunct his natal Jupiter in his first house. Let me bring up his chart. Well, actually, in his 12th house, that's the Sun and Venus, and that was like right on his Jupiter here. And Venus, Jupiter, actually, Sun and Jupiter and Venus and Jupiter are like the two best planets that can make any kind of connection with Jupiter. So that's like having double good luck right there. Um, So the Grammy stage, literal spotlight was the sun. The highest honors in art is Venus. The Venus represents the arts. Um, so that landed directly on his natal planet of luck, extreme expansion, and extravagance, which is Jupiter, right on the house of self-image. Well, that's off a little, but still, it was on his Jupiter. The manifestation, the unprecedented magnetism of excess, the astrological embodiment of the lyric, I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket.
I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket. Get up.
Uh, the alignment, the Grammys event ascendant was 16 Leo, and the transiting node Leo was conjunct his natal moon of 7 degrees Leo. And I'll show that right here. That's the North Node here in Leo that night, and his moon right here. So he had the North Node, which was close to his moon. Um, let's see, the rising sign governing the live broadcast paired with the node of fate, North Node wrapped directly around Mars's moon, celestial body dictating public reception, emotional resonance, and the inner joy. Oh, didn't you say that did his performance start the show that night?
Well,
Oh
that was
no, that was
actually for the AMAs, the American Music Awards, back in 2016. It did.
oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say because of it being the rising sign and his moon sign, it wouldn't have surprised me if he actually started the show out performing that night. But I see the manifestation. The public originally recognized him as the destined focal point, the King Leo of the night. It was an alignment demanding absolute public adoration. So North Node and his moon, that meant that it was basically going to be all about him that night. Let's see the alignment, the Scorpio expansion, transiting Jupiter and Scorpio, crossing his 10th house of career midheaven. So this is his midheaven right here, and Jupiter uh, crossing over the midheaven. That is his career house. So it takes 12 years for Jupiter to transit around the sun. So having the planet of luck and expansion cross over your highest point in the chart is the ultimate once in a decade astrological signature for public elevation status, sweeping industry awards. So I didn't actually do the research, but I'm sure with this album, that means this album was probably his biggest album to date, because that means when it came out, that would have been Jupiter was back here in Sagittarius, which was also a good time because that's the home sign for Jupiter.
Hmm.
So that means all while it was traveling through that is while this song and this album was out. So I'm sure he was just racking up awards all from 2016 on through the Grammys. So that, of course, manifested in him getting Record of the Year, Album of the Year, and Song of the Year. Um, and the Leo transits, that's the mathematics of 24 karat magic. Leo transits was absolute public adoration and royal entertainment. The Aquarius transits, amplified persona and unprecedented aesthetic and luck. Scorpio transits was maximum career expansion, authority. So the 60th Grammys was not just a night for Bruno Mars. Played played the room flawlessly. It was a precise moment. The cosmos handed him the keys to the industry. So you can call it my first single, but I call it the invitation to the party. So on January 28th, 2018, the universe RSVP to his party that night.
Hmm. It's a 24 karat magic party. Guess what magic is? Oh, I gotta talk about magic because something else just came to mind. Because coming up on Monday, y'all, what the Magic City is doing with the wings.
Oh, well, no, well, actually, there's a development in that. I
What's the
found out today
development?
that that's actually been canceled.
Why they
The
cancel
NBA
it?
canceled it. The too much protest. So no Magic
Oh,
City
people
night at
ain't
the
want
Hoops
it.
game. Yeah, it was too many protests, so they decided to cancel it.
They missing out because guess what magic means? I did the cardology for magic. Magic is seven of diamonds, and y'all seen this card before. Seven of diamonds is a millionaire card. This is my birth card. When you do the numerology for this is the 33. Y'all know what the 33 is. It's the height. It's the Jesus year. It's the 33 vertebrae in the back. We know what it all is. The 33 Mason. Blah, blah, blah. People go on and on about the 30. But in cardology, it shows us magic. He could have easily called this song 24 karat. But because it's called 24 karat magic, and plus Magic City, who just got nixed for the partnership with the who are they? It was the Atlanta, the what's the NBA team name?
Yeah, the Atlanta Hawks.
So the Hawks. So they said no, we this is a no-go. We're not going to do it. Magic. They was about to
Now,
make a lot of money.
well, officially it's canceled, but I'm sure there's still going to be some after hours activity at Magic City after the game. And the funny thing
Underground.
about it, the team they're playing the Orlando Magic in that game.
See?
So everything is all that they planned the perfect day for it, but it's
Magic.
officially canceled. But
They about to create. Actually, let me look that up because I know the 22nd is I said is going to be the Ace of Diamonds. I wonder what cuz that game is going to be played on what the 16th?
the 16th,
Okay, what is March the 16th? Oh, they knew. Guess what day March the 16th is? A 7 of diamonds. Magic. This is not I don't know if somebody there doing some cardology. What y'all doing over there, Atlantic Hawks, Orlando Magic, Magic City, Bruno Mars? They probably was gonna play 24 karat Magic at the game. They probably still are.
uh, they might
Cause you
still
know the
do
people who go to Magic City got pinky rings.
it.
Put your feet rings up to the moon. Cause we said the moon was what? What's his moon?
Leo Moon.
See, they with the and with them. That's the Leo. You cannot make this stuff up. That's why I said, let me look at the chart. It's right here. Seven of, oh, they gonna make some money. They knew it. They gonna make some money. And like you said, it may not be official, but they gonna make everybody gonna make money that night because anytime you see this card, it's a money making day. That's the thing about cardology. This may not be your birth card, but you can embody the energy of the card on that day. That's why all of them in basketball and you too, come Monday, whatever you are doing, you might not watch the game, you might not do anything else, but on Monday, you better make some money because it's your millionaire day. So if you got a contract to sign on Monday, you're doing a business deal, you got a business meeting, you're asking for a promotion, a raise, you got a job interview, it's destined for you. Say, this is my day. This is my magic day. This is my miracle day. March the 16th. Magic. Just like this song. You are there. I get so hype about this because it's like, you can't. I literally just discovered this. Just because we talking about the magic.
I'm trying
Mm-mm.
to see if I can. Well, I couldn't find a date when Magic City first opened. It just says 1985. I
Oh,
was
they
wondering
don't
if they
tell it?
opened on a date. No, it didn't give an actual date.
Hmm. That would be interesting to know. They might talk about, did they talk about it in the documentary?
They probably did, but I don't remember what they might have said.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they have an official date for that. Well, we're gonna prepare to close it out. Do you have anything else to add about Bruno Mars or 24 Karat Magic? The impact of this song?
No, well, I mean, it's still a popular song that you still hear now. Um, and I'm trying to think because I remember we went to one of my cousin's weddings that year, or maybe it was the following year. I'm trying to remember if they played that song. I think that was one of the songs they played at the reception.
Did you dance?
But I mean, I'll just watch it. I'm not really a big dancer like that.
I know. You sure got out there and made some magic. Did you catch the
I was just
garter?
watching. No, not at that wedding.
This guy, this guy. Okay, everybody. That has been another episode of Sumter and Kent, where we break down the cardology and the cardology and the astrology of your top music hits. Today was all about Bruno Mars and 24 karat magic. My name is Elmira.
And my name is Terrence.
We will see you next time for another poppin' hit. Bye, everyone.